man, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Suicide Squad for 3 weeks in a row now. It's #1 at the box office, and I just honestly I think that's so amazing when you take into account that this is one of the shittiest movies of 2016 by far, dog. Like wow. Will Smith didn't do the sequel to Independence Day because he was too busy making Wild Wild West 2.
Really?
Yeah, but it was called Suicide Squad.
Oh, I'm like, whoa, wait, no.
As it would be for any comic book fan, you know, to see something jump off the page or whatever. You know, it's fun for the first few minutes. You get to see a whole bunch of bad guys you never thought you'd see because they're too fanciful. You know what I mean? And that's cool. That's real cute.
Did they have any villains that looked like they were too lame to be in the movie?
Nah, it was all fine. I mean, you know, Enchantress was cool for about like 4 whole minutes. You know what I mean? But dog, when that shit started getting bad, ooh boy. Let me tell you something else, man. Don't you know how like a lot of times you'll watch a trailer and like, you know, you'll be like, oh, this trailer is showing too much or whatever.
Oh, that's my feeling.
I know
100% of the time.
Well, in this case, in the case of Suicide Squad, they put things in the movie only to be in the trailer, dog.
Wow.
They had there's a scene where you see like a helicopter, and this is in the commercials.
Okay.
You see a helicopter flying through the city and shooting like out these missiles or whatever.
Okay.
No purpose. When old girl breaks the window to steal the purse, and she's like, you know, we're bad guys, that's what we do. No purpose. It has no continuity to anything in the rest of the movie, and it's just shoehorned in there for the purpose of being like, oh, well, this was in the commercial, so we better put this back in the movie. It was so bad. Like,
was there anything that was in the commercial that was not in the movie? Because I felt like I heard some talk of that though as well.
I don't remember it.
Stuff being in the commercial that
wasn't in the movie.
That wasn't in the movie.
And see, you know, that happens a lot. You know, in films, but I feel like this one is in an echelon all its own in terms of just filming things for the commercial. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this will be a cool thing for people to watch, so they'll come see our terrible film.
Like, okay, guys, all we need to do is make 3 minutes of good movie.
Dog.
We put it all in the fucking trailer. They'll come see it.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was it. Yeah.
And I didn't personally have a problem with Leto Joker.
Okay.
But that's because like he wasn't really in it enough for me to assess it properly. So
yeah, that's what I heard as well. Because I mean, as the guys watching this video can probably tell by now, I haven't seen the movie,
right?
But I've heard that he was like barely in it.
Mm-hmm. And you got to take into account that this dude was talking about this role like it was the role of a lifetime.
Yeah, like all this character actor and shit for like 2 minutes worth of stuff.
He was probably in it for 10 minutes altogether.
Damn.
And like I said, there are a lot of people that really did not like it. You know what I'm saying? There are people that did like it, I guess, and there are people that didn't care, and I just didn't care. Like it didn't move me any way, shape, or form. So if he's in the Batfleck movie, you know, I won't be disgusted or anything.
Was he necessary to the storyline of this movie at all?
No.
Oh God, this sounds horrible, dog.
If the movie happened and they totally did not have the Joker in it, you wouldn't have noticed.
This sounds horrid.
It is not a good movie, and dog, it's such a Will Smith film, dog. You know
that was interesting to hear as well. I think I might have heard you mention that before. Like it's Suicide Squad, but it's very much a Will Smith movie.
Yep. It's Suicide Squad. It's it's iRobot. It's I Am Legend. You know what I'm saying? It's any Will Smith movie that Will Smith has played Will Smith in. I don't have a problem with Will Smith. I don't have a problem. Like, I liked I Am Legend, you know what I'm saying? But like,
how do you feel about that Jaden? How you feel about that guy?
man, I tell you what, that's a strange individual. But I think he's strange in the sense that I'm interested in what he's doing.
Oh yeah, I like him. I like the Jaden.
All right. Like, you know,
he's a weird guy. I like the Jaden.
It's a lot of people like that where it's like, I'm not necessarily gonna like buy no CDs or nothing, but like I'm interested in the music that they make or something like that. And that's how Jaden is. Again, I'm not talking about any of his CDs. I'm not checking with none of that shit. But like he's the type of dude where it's like, I'm not following his every move, but if people are talking about him, I do want to know why. Okay. But his father, on the other hand, man, it might, I don't know, man.
Might be a rap for you, dog.
No, I'm not gonna say that. Cause even like
no more Big Willie Styles, man.
His dead shot was actually a good dead shot. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a dead shot story that I know and would expect. But at the same time, it got real Willie. Willy nilly, dog. That's what I'm gonna start calling Will Smith movies, dog. And that's what it was. That was a Will Smith movie with other people in it.
What city did this take place in?
All of them.
Okay, they were traversing the globe.
Yeah, like because you know, at one point, I feel like at one point they might have been in Central City.
Did Will Smith's character punch anybody in the face and say, "Welcome to Central City"?
Yo, I hope so. But I'm sorry, dog. I deleted some of this movie from my brain.
Oh, it's fine.
It doesn't matter, dog. Like, it don't. and the thing is, like, I'm somebody. I loved Man of Steel, right? Okay. And as far as this continuity is concerned, that was like the first one. I loved Man of Steel. Okay. Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice, to me, like it was nowhere. That's a lot of words in that title. Yes, it was, wasn't it? It was nowhere near as bad as the critics say it was, but it wasn't good.
I still haven't seen that one.
This movie was as bad as the critics say it was. So it's like, dog, I at this point I'm supposed to be expected to watch Wonder Woman?
Yeah. As a human being, when you're met with those type of trends, dog, you can only question the
directionality of it. It's trending down. It's trending downward, dog, and like downward, dog, and like dog, like how much am I supposed to take? You know what I'm saying? Like it's on. Before I'm a comic book fan, I'm a lover of movies. Yeah. Right? Like, and that's for real. Like before I ever read a comic book, I was watching films. I was analyzing cartoons as a kid, dog. So just seeing people on screen doesn't mean shit to me. These movies are bad, dog. And Suicide Squad is so bad, and yet it's probably, I know it's definitely made its money back. It's been number one 3 weeks in a row when there have been movies like, I mean, I'm sure Pete's Dragon is better. I haven't seen it. I bet you it's better than that shit. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you for sure Kubo was better.
I might be wrong, and viewers, you can comment and pick me apart on this if I am, but I believe this movie has made more than probably the highest grossing Marvel movie, which I'm not sure what that is. Probably one of those Avengers movies, if I had to guess, or Iron Man. But I believe I saw something somewhere that was like, it's making more money than the Marvel shit, which is crazy.
Look, whether or not that's true, because see, things like that happen because there are fans of comic books and fans of DC in particular who are just fed up with, you know, wrinkly old white dudes trying to tell them that there's something wrong with their viewing pleasures just because it's a comic book movie. Mm-hmm. And I dig that. You know what I'm saying? Because at a certain point, when you get to be 70 and out of touch, then your opinion is less purposeful than it would be for somebody that is mid-30s and have been reading comic books all their lives. Right. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of critics don't really like to deal in that reality. However, a lot of comic book fans don't like to deal in the reality that sometimes shit is garbage, dog. And this shit is garbage, dog.
Damn.
This movie's so bad, and dog, it's number one. It's number one again.
Number one.
We working on a month.
Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, Doug, I mean, I know I personally am not the only one where I'm just not interested. Why aren't there enough of people like me so that this movie is not making the type of money it's making?
It, man. And you gotta, like, look, man, I was excited. You know what I'm saying? I was excited, like, because, like, there's Viola Davis is dope.
Absolutely.
Right? Hey, I'm even say that she's pretty good in the movie, right?
Okay.
But look, I guess I gotta say spoiler alert, but I mean at this point, if you either seen it or don't want to see it. So there's a point, right, where the Enchantress has Viola Davis upside down with tentacles through her and whatnot, because she's basically juicing Viola Davis for her information, right?
Okay.
Of course, they beat the Enchantress or whatever. Viola Davis comes out of nowhere to get back with the team as if goddamn nothing happened. Look, the tentacles were through her, dog.
Like pierced blood.
Yes. I don't. Of course, they didn't show no blood, but they were through her.
Oh wait, this is like a PG-13 movie or something? Yeah. Oh boy,
dog. She comes back in as if she hadn't just been impaled 5 minutes ago. Like, what are we doing?
Through various
dog?
places, apparently.
Yes. And I just, dog, the editing is so bad, dog. And they turn, I can't remember my man's name because it's like a super African name. You know what I'm saying?
Just say Adebisi. If we talk about Killer Croc.
But we're definitely talking about Adebisi, and like and they gave him some lines that reminded me of the Transformers 2 nigger box.
Oh, that's not good.
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
not good.
And again, like it's not in the same vein, because nothing's gonna beat that, right? Like there could be some actual Sambos in a movie, and they would not be as offensive as those two robots, dog. But they put Killer Croc on a couple of occasions in that ilk. And that just made me feel kind of nasty, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, ugh.
Can you give me one example, dog? Because I don't know if I'm gonna ever watch that movie.
So they're handing out prizes.
Okay.
Since they all did a good job. Deadshot wanted to see his kid, excuse me. For a short time, and she was like, all right, I'll let that happen. And then she was like, look, any of y'all want something? And then he chimes in, because again, they're all going back to jail. He's like,
gold chain,
BT. Like, man, really, dog? Like, really, dog? Like, whose idea was that? I'm not mad, but again, it just made me feel kind of nasty. Right, and I don't really like feeling nasty. You know what I'm saying? Because like I don't even understand it, dog. I don't get it. He wanted to see some butt shaking. BET ain't even like that no more. You know what I'm saying? So it's all weird.
Maybe he wanted to see like The Game or one of those shows that comes on there. Isn't that a BET show?
Well, here's the thing.
Being Mary Jane.
All
real husbands of Hollywood.
But like when he was in jail, he was watching some butt shaking. So we so that this is the BET that Killer Croc wanted. He wanted uncut.
He wants specifically black butts. He wants the butt shaking to be slanted towards people of color,
right?
For his personal viewing.
Like again,
I understand that
right.
one. I actually get that. That makes sense.
Like I said, it put me in that mental space, and I was like, ugh, you know what I'm saying? But like, but I kept watching the movie, but not because I wanted to. Right. It was because I paid money, so I'm going to finish this film. But I would not have felt bad if I left because it's so awful. I mean,
well, you know what? Maybe they'll make what's the next one? Wonder Woman? Is that the next movie? Maybe they'll make that one really good in response to you know, some of the
That's what Suicide Squad was supposed to be.
well, you know what I heard about that one was because of the bad stuff they were saying about Batman versus Superman, they started trying to shoehorn in all this last minute editing.
They did it. They did it. That's why I keep harping on the editing.
Are they already filming Wonder Woman?
Yes.
Or okay. Yes. Oh, so yeah, it might get the same kind of like bold version of that treatment.
I mean, they like the again, the trailers for Wonder Woman look fun or whatever.
Haven't seen a one.
Dog, but I'm talking about we got empirical data that says that this movie doesn't have a chance of being good. They're trending down. Like DC, it might be time to give it up, dog. You know, and they're
not.
Thing.
It's too much bread.
Here's
but
another
they
thing,
should give up.
Between Batman versus Superman and Suicide Squad was the Killing Joke, and nobody apparently liked that either. So they're going through a lot of troubling.
I would have to, like, the last time, like, this is messed up. Probably the first or one of the first comic books I read was The Killing Joke,
right.
And I was like young as hell,
right?
And that was like the first and maybe the last time I read it. I need to read it again to see like how or what the nerds are in the upheaval about as far as like what was wrong with the animated.
Well,
movie.
What they're in the upheaval about is everything that was put in the movie that was supposed to have occurred before the book. They don't have a problem with the book part. Okay. They have a problem with the precursor to the book part and how it makes the book part like even more controversial, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyway, that's my takeaway on the Suicide Squad. And here's the thing. I saw it weeks ago. I saw it when it first came out, but I still have that same ire as I did when it came out. And
the flame has not died down.
I feel so bad for the people that are like, "Hey, this movie's actually good." No, it's not. And you know it. And you know it. That's the thing. Like if we stripped away all these characters that you know and all the names, and you just watch this as is, you'd be like, "God damn, this movie's bad." But it's because you have an attachment to it. Mm-hmm. And that is unfortunate because
some of that is just like a DC attachment too, right? So even if you did take those guys out,
you blinded twice.
They'd be like, "Oh, DC!"
Right? Like, dog, how you gonna take off some rose-colored glasses and still be wearing rose-colored glasses, dog?
Rose-colored corneas. I got a rose-colored cornea transplant.
They got them damn Dwayne Wayne glasses on, dog. It's cool though. It's not a good movie, man. I ain't got no problem with DC. It's not a good film. It's not a good movie. I have a problem with bad movies. Keeping in mind I want to see 9 Lives. Okay. That's a different story.
It is. It really is. Gotta see the Spaceman. Spaceman, baby.
K-Pax. Suicide Squad. Terrible film.